What's up? What's up, everybody? Lawrence Aponte here, and this is Ecom Power Team. So in this episode of Ecom Power Team, this is actually part one of the King Camel case study. King Camel was a branded website that I decided to start, and I want to share with you guys the successes that I had with it. And let's just kind of jump into it. So part one is going to actually cover a few different topics. One of them is going to be the reverse engineering, basically the process and the thought behind of starting King Camo, the inspiration behind it as well. I'll also cover some of the winning products that made King Camo a success, and I'll share with you also the ad copy and the actual ad, and you can see the analytics of the ad and the reports. We'll also take a look at the actual store, and I'll show you guys exactly what I went through for like the logo design process, and then just kind of show you the actual store itself. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and dive right into part one of the King Camo case study. So prior to even launching King Camo, I was doing market research and I came across Titanium Buzz. And Titanium Buzz had this unique style of camo rings, and I see that they were selling for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And I thought, wow, if I could only find a supplier, maybe I can sell some rings with them as well. And lo and behold, I found Chardonnay Jewelry. And Chardonnay Jewelry had the same style rings, but for just a very fraction of the cost. So when I launched King Camo, my main focal point was supposed to be the camo rings, but as you guys will see throughout this case study, that wasn't the case. They weren't my winning products. Yeah, so like I was saying, they weren't my winning products. In fact, before I even launched King Camo, I sold this particular item on my general store. So we launched this on November 1st, 2015. Okay, this is like a buck and doe lover's pendant necklace, which is towards, like the kind of like the hunting niche, the outdoor type niche. As you can see, the post reached about 160,000 people. We had about 6,300 likes, 2,300 shares. We had about 1,800 link clicks. Okay, so overall, it did fairly well, right? Not so bad with the stats. Okay, we sold about 223 units at about $17 a piece. Ad spend was around $1,200. Cost of goods sold was around $900. So we profited roughly about $2,000, give or take, which is great. Okay, so 1 month later, doing some product research, I came across this here. Okay, so it's very similar to the first one that I just showed you, except this one has more personalization to it, and it just looks a little of more quality. Okay, so the unique selling proposition here was the actual personalization, right? The fact that you can put your own letters into each one of the pendants just makes it that much more unique. Okay, so you can see, like I said, 1 month later, we launched this this post here. We reached over 2 million people. We had 23,000 likes, 17,000 shares, 28,000 link clicks. I mean, the post did really, really well. Not very much organic reach, but the paid reach was there. As you can see, the post looks pretty much identical to the first one. I have big red letters that says free shipping. Only thing I started off with a question there saying, what initials do you want on yours? And then I said, tag that special person. And then I had the link. Okay. So as you can see, a lot of people, it was very emotional, especially during December, right? During the holiday season. So it was a very good product to choose nonetheless. So you can see we sold over 1,000 units at close to $40 a piece. Okay. Ad spend, which brought in over $41,000 in revenue, right? Ad spend was about $12,000. Cost of goods sold was roughly $8,000, profiting about $20,000, right? I think that's really good around holiday season. Great time, good feeling, and whatnot. So what will go up next is I'll kind of show you guys the process of just starting King Camo, like how I designed the logo, and then we'll actually show you guys the actual store. Here was the process that I took for getting the logo made for King Camo. So I came to freelancer.com, and there's a process where you can actually start a contest, and that's what I did. So when you put a contest up, basically you put up a prize. In this case, I did $25, and you put a description. So here's the description that I used. Really simple and to the point. I said I wanted it to be a badass logo that sells camouflage style jewelry. I wanted it to be elegant and retro, if that even makes sense. And then I asked them to use a camouflage pattern. So I also attached a logo stampo. I'll show you guys what that looked like. So that kind of mocked this up, and this is kind of like the idea that I had made. I'm not the best artist, but it doesn't really matter. You just need kind of an idea. So once I did this, we started getting entries. And here we had a total of 58 entries. Okay, and we got 58 of those for $25. So a bunch of people gave me a bunch of different entries, as you can see. A bunch of different ones. We can just check them out really quick. So I just went through the process, and this was the winner. So that was how I went and got my logo done for King Camo. So once we got the logo done, then we just went on and proceeded to building the store. As you guys can see, there's nothing really extravagant about the store. It's actually on a free theme. We just kept everything pretty simple and straight to the point. If we go to the product, we can see nothing crazy. A few reviews at the bottom from customers that received it later on. But this is just a pretty simple website. I mean, look, even the text is small here. A lot of imperfections, but nonetheless, it's still sold and it still worked. This site, like I said, is really simple. Here's our rings that we offer here. About Us section is really fast and easy to the point. And then we had like a little customer review side. When people actually started receiving items, they started sending pictures back and kind of built like a little community on that. But other than that, that's making a pretty simple website. So here's some of the stats. We started in January, as you can see, and we ran some traffic to around June. Did a little over 70K in sales with about 1,700 orders. Those are the stats there. Okay, and one of the biggest products that we did, you can see exactly what I found. I found the same identical necklace without personalization. Okay, and I started this right after the new year, January 5th, literally 1 month after the other one, right? So literally for 3 months in a row, we sold the same item. Okay, and you can see the copy. You'd be crazy to miss this. Biggest sale of the year, 50% off today. Tag your buck or dough, and then we had the link. You can see we reached over 2.1 million people. We had over 59,000 likes, 21,000 shares, 3,500 comments. We had 18,000 link clicks. I mean, the post was really good. It had that really nice effect right before Valentine's Day. Okay, plenty of time for them to reach. We actually did self-fulfillment on this one. And you can see we sold 667 units at around $30 each, spending around $11,000 in ad spend, another $3,300 in cost of goods sold, profiting around $9,000. Not so bad for selling the same pendant for 3 months in a row. Okay, so you can see we sold roughly over 2,000 of the same style necklace, profiting over $30,000 in a 3-month time span, right? So I think that's really good. It averages about $10,000 a month, which is to me is super great on one product. Okay, and I mean it's really good. You can see just kind of selling it in different unique ways. We were able to sell it to different audiences, yet hitting the same one. Okay, so that concludes this case study of part one for the King Camo. So this is going to be actually a 3-part series where we kind of dive into the store, and next I'll go into showing you guys the ads, the actual target interest that I went, and kind of the process of what ads that I used. And then part 3, we'll actually dive into other products that actually did well and how I came across those and the process behind them. So until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed the case study. I appreciate your feedback. If you log into the Ecom Power Team back office, you can just leave a question, leave your feedback for me, and let me know what you guys liked about it, what you didn't like about it, and what else you'd like to see. Till next time, Lawrence Aponte signing off.